are gearing up to take over every aspect of human endeavor, from governance to economy, even transportation. And on the program today, we will be extracting the contributions of a woman and her organization that have been contributing immensely to the development of the transportation sector in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Which aspect of transportation are they into? You're going to find out on today's program. But first, you know how we do it. I take a break, pay some bills, and when I return, I give you an idea of what we have for you on the program's lineup for today. This is The Movers on Silverbird Television, and my name is Desmond Nwachukwu. Thank you for joining us.
From 1933, when it began operations as Motor Transport Union, till it was restructured under Decree 21 and 22 of 1978, later amended by Decree 1 of 1999 and published in the Official Gazette No. 6, Volume 65 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria has contributed immensely to the development of Nigeria's economy. As a union backed by law, RTEAN, under the pragmatic leadership of Alhaji Musa Mohammed, is set to play its role in the transformation and reformation of the transportation sector. With a well-established structure in Nigeria's 774 local government areas and about 10 million membership strength, Alhaji Musa Mohammed is poised to lead RTEAN into productive partnership with government at all levels to ensure your comfort. RTEAN, the mover of the nation's economy, is committed to making Nigeria a better place for all. For more information, visit www.rtean.org.ng. Uproad Super! There were vacuums in Nigeria's transportation system that needed to be filled. It came to the rescue. The rising rate of unemployment in Nigeria has become a thing of concern. It has provided hundreds of thousands of Nigerians with a sustainable means of livelihood. The security challenge in Nigeria could have been worsened by idleness. It engaged and took many youths off the streets. Commercial motorcycle and tricycle are not arbitrage. They are rather beatitude. The word should be regulation and not banning of commercial motorcycle and tricycle without alternative. This message is powered by Akomaran under the national president, Prince Adebayo Samsudeen Akpelogun, all-rounder. Great Akomaran! Great!
Welcome back to The Movers. And first on our program lineup this week is the trending news. This is a segment, like you know, where we bring you activities in the transportation sector in the last 7 days. Toluwa Leke Ali is standing by to take us through it. Please stay with us.
The federal government has blamed delay in completing some major projects, including railways, on paucity of funds. Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi, who spoke to the Guardian newspaper, hinted that the Chinese have stopped funding Nigerian government projects, leading to shopping for loans in Europe to complete existing jobs. Osun State government on Tuesday announced the commencement of work on 200 kilometers of roads spread across 6 zones in the state. Speaking during an inspection to some of the roads, the special advisor to the governor on works and transport, Mr. Toke Olaniyan, said the selected roads located in Ikirun, Ila, Iwo, Ejigbo, Ife, Ilesha, Oshogbo, Ede, Gbogan, Ikire, Ire, Obagun, among others, would cost the government over 1 billion naira. City development models. The state governor, Senator Doye Diri, has thrown its doors open for investors to take advantage of the unlimited opportunities open to prospect investors. A member of the committee and the immediate past chairman of the Agge Deep Seaport Implementation Committee, Waredi Eniswo, explained that the Agge Port City would be a marked difference from other models in Africa. The Nigerian Importers Integrity Association, NIIA, has called on the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA) and other relevant agencies, including the Nigeria Customs Service, National Inland Waterways Authority (NIWA), and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), to halt the plans of unregulated private jetties and oil service centers that have converted their facilities to container terminals. And that ends the trending news in the transportation sector for this week. I am Toluwaleke Ali.
All right, next on the lineup is the interactive segment of the program. This is where we will be engaging our guests on the program this week on the contributions of our organization to the transportation sector. Who exactly is our guest? Please take a look at this.
The maritime sector is dominated by men, but Women Africa, a non-profit organization established to address issues of equality, women empowerment, as well as establish cooperation of entrepreneurship development of African women in the maritime sector, has successfully galvanized and provided a voice for women in that sector. Women Africa, an affiliate of African Union, World Ocean Council, among other reputable organizations, currently exists in 22 African countries, including Nigeria. About 4 months ago, McFoy Rollins, a seasoned maritime administrator, specialist in cabotage and maritime labor mediation, and expert in maritime security and administration, emerged as the president, WIMAL Nigeria. McFoy Rollins is a United Kingdom trained professional in crewing and manning. She is the first woman in Nigeria to own a crewing and manning company as well as maritime institution. For almost 2 decades, she held management positions in several multinational maritime organizations. McFoy Rollins is a member Maritime Arbitrators of Nigeria, member Nigerian Institute of Management, Chartered Institute of Administrators, member Women in International Shipping and Trading, the Executive Director, Ocean Deep Services Limited. This is McFoy Rollins, the President, WIMAL Nigeria.
You are the President of WIMAL.
Yes, please.
Tell us about WIMAL.
WIMAL Nigeria, let me start with, or WIMAL Africa, because it's a continental organization comprising of about 70% of African countries. Also, the mother association is WIMAL Africa, Women in Maritime Africa, and is a baby of the African Union. It was formed in 2015, March 27 to be precise, by Dr. Zuma, Sakunzu Zuma, when she was the AU president or chairperson, and she saw a dire need for women in maritime, being a male-dominated industry. And she saw a great need for the women in this industry to come together, to cooperate together, to find their strengths and weaknesses and how they're going to strengthen themselves in this male-dominated industry. How will they strive and all that? And then she called on women in the maritime industry in Africa, and this association was formed. So WIMAL Nigeria is an offshoot of WIMAL Africa. So the continental body is there, WIMAL Africa. We have in Togo, we have in South Africa, we have so many countries, Ghana, so many African countries, about 70 African countries, and more are still coming.
And you are the head of the Nigeria
chapter.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Now let's look at, before we talk more about women, let's look at your experience as a woman in the maritime industry. What would you say are your challenges? What's the experience like?
Very big challenge. It's a male-dominated industry. For instance, since you're talking about my person, as a woman, I happen to be the first woman in Nigeria to have a crane and manning company. That's an aspect of maritime. And it was not easy. It was not easy, and having been in the industry for close to 2 decades, and then within these 2 decades, I decided to go solo. When I started this organization, Ocean Deep Services, it was not easy. So also, while I was working in an oil and gas firm, it was not easy, because women are not seen in this kind of job, especially women are known for administration, HR, and some other office work that you have to do. When it comes to technical, comes to being at the jetty, dealing with vessels, dealing with men, at first it was being received as, where are you coming from? But then when they see the expertise in you, and they see the doggedness and see the fact that this one is not going to be pushed away, she's determined and she has a focus. Gradually, you might not be accepted, but you will win gradually. And I think that is how it is for every other woman that has found herself in this industry. It has not been easy, and that is exactly what women has come to stand for.
What exactly is women doing in this regard?
Doing a lot. It's a gender advocacy stream to loudен this, to say that women have stopped being petty. They have left being petty and being just ordinary, and they have grown into globally recognized professional individuals, forming a body. So we are talking about a bunch of intellectuals. We're not talking about just ordinary women. Neither are we competing with the men, but we want to stand out in our different professions, or different areas of profession in this maritime industry that we have decided to take a niche of. So we need to know. We need the men to know. We need the world to know. We need Nigeria to know that there are some women who are so much professionally inclined and can deliver as much as possible if given the opportunity as the men.
Okay, I'll come back to women again. But given your own experience now, you are quite over 2 decades, that's over 20 solid years in this industry. I'm sure, and then given your previous privileged position as president of Women Nigeria, I know that you have first-hand information on what happens in the maritime industry across the world. How will you describe the maritime industry in Nigeria?
The maritime industry in Nigeria, honestly, is like every other maritime industry in the world. Because everything that happens here happens every other place. But sometimes when you are here, you think it's better, that the grass is always greener on the other side. But when you get to that side, especially from the perspective of a woman, I have traveled around the world in the course of this profession, had meetings, had lectures, been taught, also taught. And I found out that for me as a woman, it's almost the same. All the women are pushing too hard, trying to be recognized, trying to be noted or for what they do, not just because they are women, but for what they do. And this is actually the main aim of Women Africa, so that these women will be given a chance to do what they know how to do best. Today, in this country, we have females that are ship captains, and all over Africa too.
If the president of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, if you have one-on-one with him now and he asks you for your priority in the maritime industry in Nigeria, what area would you say he should intervene?
Number one, it is said that the maritime industry constitutes of 90% of every company's economy. And who are the ones who endanger their lives to make up this 90% of the economy? They are the crew members, which we refer to as merchant navy. They go all over the world. They are in the vessel, like I just told you, 1 year, 3 months, 8 months without seeing their family. They should be given special consideration in all ramifications. Their pension should be different, not like any other person. Insurance different, not like any other person. Because it's like we talk about, people that are denied, family, and they just go out there and do that. For instance, all through the pandemic, they were working. Many died out of frustration because probably they could not be taken at the right time to disembark, and they had been there, and of course they developed some kind of either sickness or one thing or the other, and before they could get ashore, they died. The thing could not be managed and all that. So I really think they deserve to be given special consideration in so many ways. If this can be taken care of, and then these seafarers can be taken care of, I think we're good to go.
Now, we'll go back to women now. What is the most difficult challenge, so to say, that women rather is facing?
The most difficult is that female seafarers are not in job.
Why?
Well, vessel owners will have to answer that. The first thing they say is probably they are not hardworking, but the ones that we have, the ones that have been employed have outwitted their counterparts. They are very hardworking, and they also talk about harassment. And then it's very simple. Vessel owner or the agents, manning agents, you want to put a female on board, you reach an agreement with vessel owner. You draft something to give the male crews to sign. So they know that as long as this lady is on board, these are the guidelines and the rules and regulations, and these are the boundaries that both the lady and the male must not cross.
How lucrative is the maritime industry?
Actually, like myself now, my first job, I graduated with a BSc in Public Administration and a Master's in Industrial Labor Relations. So I have been a core HR person. And so when I came into the maritime industry and I looked at the industry and I said, oh, this is interesting. This is good. So, you know, your focus, your interest drives you.
What was that thing that caught your fancy?
What caught my fancy was I began to see ships. I began to hear the alphabet, Alpha, Romeo, Delta, and all that. I'm like, what? I went into the ship for the first time. I'm like, what? Where have I been all this while? And I began to read. I began to look at things and I said, if I have to last in this industry, then I have to, I have to like professionally be outstanding. And I asked myself, I sat back and I asked myself, how do you put this into this industry and make something out of it? And I found out that I could be a crew manager, being in charge of the crews, directing them, making sure their certifications are okay, making sure their health, their insurance, their professionalism is well niched, that somebody is not crossing from this side to this side. I mean, giving people some directions. And that was exactly what I did. And that was the basis with which Ocean Services Limited was formed. When I started, and I saw the lacuna, but some 13 years ago, I saw the lacuna between the crews that want to go on board and the certifications they are supposed to have. Most of them didn't even have a direction. Somebody is coming with certification of this side and saying he belongs to this side. I've been on board 3 times, I work like this, but my certification is saying this, and then I looked at it and I said, no, I have to do some leadership training here. I have to do some leadership training here. I have to put some direction here. And okay, I started doing it first, free of charge, and after some time, I said to myself, you love teaching, you love all this, what next do you do? How do you domesticate this? It gave birth to Ocean Deep Maritime Academy. So today, we have happened to be also the first lady in Nigeria that is running a maritime academy, registered with NASA. So here you are now, mentoring people to go on board, making sure they have the right certification, making sure they are professionally sound, going on board once in a while. There are some pictures you see me on board the vessel. I talk to the expatriates or the foreign crews. I talk to Nigerian crews. I look at their logbook. I look at what they are doing. I look at their appraisals, their results, and I find out why is this or why is that or why is that not okay. Then I organize training for them and I give awards. My crews, I give awards. If you have been doing well, we give awards. At the end of every 2 years, we give awards. Then we give some scholarship. My office gives scholarships for some of the people who we think are outstanding and we need to help them. And then, of course, we now do training. And then we liaise with some other institutes for the trainings that we don't do. Because we want to monitor how they are doing. Are they taking the training? Are they really serious about it? Do they really mean business? Because we are not ready to invest on somebody that does not mean business. So that's how I came in. So you as an individual can come in. You are a reporter.
Yeah. Fantastic. Now let's quickly talk about your experience leading your organization so far. What has it been like?
It has been interesting, and the last election gave me 10% instance of what politics is all about. When it has to do with my job, I'm based on merit and professionalism. But the election was tough. Describe it. It's undescribable. It's undescribable.
So how did you win?
By popular vote.
Now, to what extent have you justified the confidence they repose in you?
I have done so much in my little time. As a matter of fact, there's a program there on 8th of March next month. It's going to be International Women's Day. And we have kick-started, we're going to hold a seminar. Usually we're going to invite schools, universities, secondary schools, owners of vessels and people in the industry to come and deliver lectures and all that. We're still moving. I'm just like 4 months into office, and there's still a lot of work to begin.
Now, if you're 4 months into office, then I should be asking for your vision for the organization.
My vision, my vision cannot be different from the organizational vision. Gender advocacy, to make sure that women are properly placed at the right place at the right time, professionally. Giving rights of, office wherever they belong. And this crusade we take to all stakeholders in this industry. So that's the basic reason for this organization. And that's what we are going after.
Wow. All right, it's been interesting interacting with you. We'll follow through be in touch with you as you run your tenure, and then be able to bring to the attention of Nigerians some of the things that you are doing, your interventions will follow through. It's been good interacting with you, so I want to thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
From 1933, when it began operations as Motor Transport Union, till it was restructured under Decree 21 and 22 of 1978, later amended by Decree 1 of 1999 and published in the Official Gazette No. 6, Volume 65 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria has contributed immensely to the development of Nigeria's economy. As a union backed by law, RTEAN, under the pragmatic leadership of Alhaji Musa Mohammed, is set to play its role in the transformation and reformation of the transportation sector. With a well-established structure in Nigeria's 774 local government areas and about 10 million membership strength, Alhaji Musa Mohammed is poised to lead RTEAN into productive partnership with government at all levels to ensure your comfort. RTEAN, the mover of the nation's economy, is committed to making Nigeria a better place for all. For more information, visit www.rtean.org.ng. Uproad Super! There were vacuums in Nigeria's transportation system that needed to be filled. It came to the rescue. The rising rate of unemployment in Nigeria has become a thing of concern. It has provided hundreds of thousands of Nigerians with a sustainable means of livelihood. The security challenge in Nigeria could have been worsened by idleness. It engaged and took many youths off the streets. Commercial motorcycle and tricycle are not arbitrage. They are rather beatitude. The word should be regulation and not banning of commercial motorcycle and tricycle without alternative. This message is powered by Akomaran under the national president Prince Adebayo Samsudeen Akpelogun, all-rounder. Great Akomaran! Great!
This is the size of our package this week, and we've got to go. We appreciate our sponsors, and we urge you to please keep identifying with us. Meanwhile, until we'll come back to you, please stay out of trouble. Bye-bye.